Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt Brady here. I am back for week number 2 of doing individual events for semifinals. This week I am doing workout number 3. So we'll get started here. 3, 2, 1, go. So if you're not aware, this workout is 7 rounds for time of 10 cal EchoBike, 1 legless rope climb, 10 box jump over at 30-inch for males, 24-inch for females, and 1 legless rope climb. So we set this up, and for the record, I know this is not going to be the exact same as semifinals. They have more space to work with. They probably have, 72-foot lane. At this gym, we had about 35 feet. So working with what we have. And so we set it up the best we could. So we put the EchoBike behind the rig. The rope climb's right there, which is a 15-foot rope climb. And then as you can see, I'm working on my box jump overs, which is a 30-inch box. I chose to do the box the long way. So, it's 24 inches across the top instead of the short way, which is 20 inches across the top. Now the boxes they use at semifinals and the games, they're 28 by 28 inches on top. So it's a little bit shorter than what they're using at semifinals. But for the most part, it's pretty similar to what I think you would get on the day of competition, other than maybe a little bit more running and transitions between the stations. Now, going into this workout, my pacing and my strategy was really to be fast on the rope climbs. I didn't want to be sitting under the rope waiting. I didn't think I would get there because you have about 20 to 30 seconds, depending on which implement you're on, to let your arms recover, let your grip recover. So I knew I'd be able to kind of jump up on the rope right away. I was surprised at how fast my first split was. So my first round I was done in 1:14. And I probably came out a little bit hot, but that's what I think you would do on game day. So it's a pretty similar test. I did all of my box jump over step down. I think that's what they'll require you to do. They might allow you to rebound or jump off, but I'm just used to the step down, so that's what I stuck with. I think that's what I would do if I was at semifinals as well. Some feedback on this workout. Just heading into the third round here. So just finishing up that last legless rope climb, and then we're starting the third round at 2:36. So that was a 1:22 split for my second round. So about a 7-second difference from the first one. So falling off a little bit, but it kind of stays there for the remainder of the workout. I'm between 120. I get up to about 130 for the last couple of rounds, but for the most part, I stay, in the 20s, 120 range for each round, which I thought was a pretty decent place to be in. Going into this workout, I thought I would be 130 to 140 per round, but after I got kind of through the second and third round, I knew that I could kind of just sit there. And yeah, some feedback on this workout. It was very lungy. Like, it was a lot of breathing, very aerobic, almost anaerobic, I would say, like a Fran lung feel after the workout, which I was not expecting. I took some time to do a really thorough warm up. I got my heart rate up quite high before the workout. I probably did close to 30, 35 box jump overs and practice kind of moving the box, so you're used to it. And I probably did about 60 cals on the EchoBike in an interval style format, just to get the heart rate up and going. I didn't do too many rope climbs. I did 1 legless rope climb in my warm up just to kind of feel the rope, get used to the jump. And I whenever there's legless rope climbs, I don't do a lot of them beforehand because it is a grip intensive movement, and I didn't need my arms any more tired than they were going to be on this workout. So yeah, as I was mentioning, it's very lungy. I would recommend getting your heart rate up quite high before you do this workout, and really trying to get those legs moving, because it was much more legs and lungs than it was arms. I think when people look at this workout, they're going to see the legless rope climbs and be a little bit scared of that. For females, it's probably a little bit different of a workout. The rope climbs probably play a bigger factor. But for the most part on this workout, I could stay quick on my rope climbs. You'll notice I would always walk back from the box to the rope climb. I would run to the box and walk back to the rig for the rope for my rope climb or second rope climb of each round. I thought this is a good strategy just because those two rope climbs are pretty close together in time duration. But I think you'll see some of the faster athletes running back between each round to the rope. The first couple rounds were a little bit anxiety inducing. I just remember kind of you're going in a quick circle because you don't have a lot of transition time. As the workout kind of drags out, you have a little bit more time with your transitions. Just calms you down a little bit. It just gives you that chance to breathe and think about what you're doing a little more. So what round are we on here? So we just finished up round 4, so we're going into round 5 here. Yeah, and my RPM on the bike, I was sitting in the 70, like low 70s for most of the workout. I think my first round I was 74, 75 RPM, which is probably a little bit fast. For the majority of the workout, I was sitting around 72 to 73 RPM. In the later rounds, I think I dipped down to about 70, 71. But I wanted to stay kind of 72. That's about 10 calories in 30 seconds, so which I thought was a good pace to be on. So just banging out some box jumps here. These go by pretty quick, and they weren't super hard. You kind of get into a rhythm with them. I found that the toughest part was just pushing your pace on the bike, really. One thing you'll notice is I chose not to use chalk on this whole workout. I chalked up my hands pretty good at the start, but I knew if I was going in this competition or this event live, I would definitely see other athletes sitting by the chalk bucket, or maybe chalking up on the bike, or chalking up on your box jumps or whatever, which I think is just going to slow you down. If you don't need chalk, you don't have to use it. I remember thinking in round 5, maybe I should grab some chalk for these last few rounds. I chose not to. I was good. The grip on the rope was good, and it's 5 or 6 pulls up the rope each time. You don't necessarily need chalk. You're not super sweaty because it's not a very long workout. Might be different for those in Carson when it's 30 degrees, but for the most part, it was pretty good here. So just heading into the box jumps on round 6 here. So you can see I'm starting to slow down a little bit here on these box jumps. But just kind of keeping a good rhythm. I'm in a pretty deep squat on the top of these. I'm not saying super tall, but that's okay. It was just getting pretty grindy here. Lungs are definitely burning. And just getting this rope climb. So this time I decided to run back to the rope. I'm going one round left. We don't have to save any energy. The workout's almost over. Quick touch of the beam. Last time on the bike. Get it going as fast as I can. So this is the last round. If you are curious, my splits for each round were 114, 122, 124, 125, 129, 130, and then this last round I was actually 128, so I got a tad faster. Now you're going to see your transition times go up a little bit because of the extra distance between the box and the bike, or the box and the rope. But for the most part, it was fairly consistent, which I was quite happy with. And so just going up for my second last rope climb, quick touch of the beam, run down, and rip out these last 10 box jump overs. Shout out to my man Greg for judging me on this, making it feel like I was in a live competition. He kept me pretty accountable, so appreciate you, Greg. Thank you. One more box jump over, run back to the rig. I'm going to do a legless rope climb here. and then run to the finish line. So quick tap and go, sprint down. Probably would sprint a little faster in real life competition, but that's workout 3. Thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully this is helping some of you that are preparing for semifinals. I felt like this was a good effort. I wouldn't be able to go much faster on game day, so appreciate you. And stay tuned. I will be posting another video later this week.